Hi, these comments are for a student who sent me a writing practice test yesterday. This is my free writing practice test evaluation service, and I do this for two reasons. I'm going to give you a TOEFL score so you can understand your writing level. Number two, you can also understand the kinds of services that I offer for students just like you. So, this is the only way that I advertise my services. And I do have private lessons that I can work with you by Zoom. I can go over your writing practice test. I can help you with accent reduction in all of those areas. Okay, so let's get started. So, I have the TOEFL writing rubrics right here. I'm looking at them. Make this a little bit smaller here in my video here. Okay, so the next step is let's take a look at your writing here. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. So movies and television strongly influence the way people behave. Do you agree or disagree? Use reasons and specific examples to support your answer. So this is kind of like a cause effect relationship here. What effect do movies and television have on people's behavior? Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to see what Microsoft Word thinks of it, and this is somewhat similar to E-Rater, ETS's artificial scoring engine, right? I'm going to take a look at your words and also your vocabulary, your sentence structure and your vocabulary. So when I look at this, I think E-Rater is going to have some problems here. So your words per sentence average is 16.6. Characters per word is 4.3. So that's actually pretty low. So I'm going to recommend that you try to get your average sentence length to 25 words, and then the characters per word, try to get that characters per word at about 5. So I think that is going to be a problem there. Okay, let me read what you wrote now. So keep in mind vocabulary is low and your sentences tend to be really short. So let's look at it. So your introduction is about 57 words. I encourage you to write closer to 100 for that introduction. You do have a thesis statement here, which I like. You have a thesis statement which outlines the two key points of your body paragraphs. I think that's a good strategy there. And they make us experience what we could not do in reality. People usually hate their lives because they suffer while approaching their dreams and fantasies. But the problem is this is more of a statement or observation, but not really an argument. Remember that you're trying to argue here. If you go to the beginning, you're saying that movies and television can make us experience what we cannot do in reality. But you don't really mention anything about movies or anything about television here. So this topic sentence doesn't connect back to your thesis. Let me take a look at the other one. You have, to begin with, uh, TV shows and films carry stories from reality and our imagination. So this goes to deliver a message. So it looks like that it does do that. And let me read the next part of it here. Let's look at this introductory, this second paragraph. I think 153 words is actually pretty good. Let's look at this. I watched a film called Before I Fall, and it talked about a teenager who was terrible in her life, like not appreciating her parents. Yeah, be careful about your verb tenses here. This movie changed me because I realized Notice how you went to M, but I realized that I was going to die, and then there was nothing I could do but being a good person around people. So be careful about your verb tense shifts. Let's look at your next paragraph here. 115 words. You see, notice how everything that you say here, people usually hate their lives because they suffer while approaching their dreams and fantasies. Furthermore, they act aggressively or unkindly. However, their lives are not hell. But you're not saying anything about movies or television and how this may influence people to believe these ways. Or you have more verb tense shifts here. Okay, I got it. I think I can give you an accurate score now. Okay, wait a minute. Let me go here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I don't see you scoring in the 3 area here. I mean, in the 4 or 5 area. So I think there's a few things you want to be careful about here. So in the 3 range, you have, yeah, connection of ideas may be occasionally obscured. So that third paragraph, the topic sentence didn't connect back to the thesis. So there were some connection issues there. May demonstrate inconsistent facility in sentence formation and also word choice. May display accurate but limited range of structures and vocabulary. You remember how I told you your average sentence length is about 16 words and your average number of characters per word is 4.3. So that shows some limitations. You definitely use more basic vocabulary and more basic, shorter sentence structure. Right. So I think because of these 3 reasons, I think you are in the 3 area. That's what it looks like to me. So I'm going to put you at maybe 21 to 22 points out of 30. That would be my guess based on what I just read. Okay? Now, if you like, if you have a TOEFL private lesson with me, and really one lesson is not going to cut it, you probably need to meet maybe for a month, maybe 1 hour a week might be a good thing, and we can do 1 practice test a week. You can submit the essay. We have our meeting. I go over the essay. I make the corrections. I help you to organize ideas a little bit better and so on. I think that would be good for you. So right now your score is 21 to 22 points out of 30. And thank you for completing this practice test. And I do have virtual Zoom office hours. They're changing for the summer. Once I get my schedule for the College of Extended Learning at California State University, San Bernardino, I will have some Zoom office hours. But if you have any questions about any of my services, you can send me a quick email. All right, and thank you.